You might have heard attraction point frequencies and manifesting mentioned before, but what is it? What is your attraction point? And we'll talk about that a little bit today. So we are currently the sum total of all of our baggage, all of our beliefs, every emotion we're feeling right now, everything that we are absorbing, everything that we've been experienced, anything we're holding in our mind right now. If I'm holding gratitude in my mind, or jealousy or resentment, that's all going to factor into your sum total frequency, which is your attraction point. So we're going to break that down a little bit more. If you have any energetic imbalances in your body, which we all do, and we all accumulate through life and through trauma, and unless we do something to help clear it out, it'll just keep accumulating. And trapped emotions are a very common imbalance that gets stuck in the body. And if you'd like to follow along, you can look down in the comments for Dr. David Hawkins' Scale of Consciousness, and it is a chart of actual frequencies. So Dr. Hawkins measured the frequency of different emotions and then put them in order on a chart, so you can see that below. So as you can see, shame is one of the lowest frequencies. It's very, very low. It's right next to death, like right next to not even existing. So say I'm having an experience in my life where I feel shame pretty big. Maybe I make a mistake, maybe someone abandons me or leaves me, and I go into shame. And say the experience is just bigger than what my nervous system has dealt with before. Maybe I don't have the tools to handle it. And so instead of processing that shame of letting my system feel it and then releasing it out, it just gets stuck. I just freeze, or I try to swallow it, or I ignore it. And so say you could picture a little ball of shame energy getting just stuck in my body somewhere, maybe just sitting in my chest or in my shoulder or my arm. And it's just sitting there from that negative experience, and it hasn't been processed. And it will continue to sit there until it gets processed, which is what I help people with in my sessions. So whenever you have a little ball of shame in your body anywhere, you're going to be more likely to go to that emotion because you're already partway there. A part of your body is already feeling it all the time. So you're going to go into shame a lot more frequently. Also, with a ball of shame sitting here, the tissue in the area can't function as well as it normally would be able to with that energetic congestion kind of blocking the way. So that area is going to be more likely to get injured. It's going to be more susceptible to infection or to injury. But if we can release out that ball of shame out of the body, help it finish its cycle and cycle out of the body, then the tissue can go back to functioning properly, and I'm not going to be kind of feeling low-grade shame in the background all the time. So shame has a very low frequency. You can see on the chart it's about 20. Love and joy is much, much, much higher, and that's a logarithm. The numbers there are logarithmic, so it's not just 20 compared to 500. It's much bigger than that. But we all do. We all have, through the process of life, we all accumulate baggage and energetic blocks, and then manifest as emotional issues or physical issues. So we kind of end up looking like a gumball machine filled up with all these balls of trapped emotional energy, as well as any other kind of energies or imbalances, and we end up looking like a gumball machine. Here's my it's like a gingerbread man model. So here's this guy, and he's a gumball machine now. He's just filled up with all these balls of trapped emotions and imbalances, and his body is struggling to function properly. He's getting all kinds of diseases and symptoms, and he's almost filled all the way to the max, or maybe some people are filled to the max and it's packed in pretty tightly. So if you are currently carrying a lot of stuff and a lot of baggage, a lot of blocks or imbalances, it's going to bring your sum total frequency down. So say your natural, like your heart and your soul's natural frequency, say is 400 or 500 or 700, and then you have 20 gumballs of shame energy, which is 20. I picked the same number. It's going to bring your frequency down much, much lower, right? So that is your attraction point. However many gumballs you have in your body and whatever varying frequencies they are, we add that all up with your soul's natural frequency plus any negative beliefs. Those can be very, very low frequency of I'm only going to be lovable if I'm perfect. There's not enough love to go around, so I'm in competition, being in scarcity. Everyone's going to leave me. I'm doomed to being broken or lonely, etc. Any negative beliefs are also going to be adding a very low frequency to your sum total. So your attraction point is all of that added together. So someone who is really bogged down with a lot of false core limiting beliefs, a lot of baggage and gumballs, and we can muscle test. You can muscle test to know what your sum total frequency is. They might be down in below 200. And basically below 200, I would call non-truth. It's just very, very low, heavy energy. And when people are down there, life looks a certain way, they feel a certain way. It is really, really not fun. Once you get above 200, you start to access more truth, more, I'll say truth, frequencies that are much higher and lighter and brighter. And as you go up the chart, you can see also on that chart that it has world outlook or worldview, view of God, view of self, and what your experience is. And you can see how that all correlates. So the beauty is that you can change your attraction point because your attraction point manifests things for you. And that's where manifestation comes in. So if I'm currently at 150 and I'm just bogged down, like almost all my beliefs are false, are very limiting, very negative, and I have so much baggage, so many trapped emotions, so many other heavy baggage, so much more baggage and imbalances. And if my frequency is at 150, life is going to be very depressing, very sad, very painful, very dark every day. Or I'll just barely get breaks every once in a while. And you can visit other frequencies. So say I'm at 150 and then someone expresses a lot of love for me, or experience connection with someone, or I'm exercising and I'm exercising out in nature, I'm able to experience a higher frequency. So you can move up, like every moment is a little different, but if you've got a lot of baggage inside, it's gonna end you back at your set point. So whatever frequency you're at, you're gonna attract the matching frequency. Let's see, I gotta get my hands closer here. So I'm at 150, I'm gonna be attracting a lot of the same. Whatever matches that frequency, I'm gonna be attracting that into my life. People are gonna treat me accordingly to, the frequency I'm at, the beliefs I'm holding, etc. But if you heal and you clean out all of your baggage, I won't say all because it's a process. You start cleaning out your baggage. Our gumball man starts clearing out these gumballs, and that level starts dropping, and now he's cleaned out all of those, so 25% of his gumballs. He's going to be moving up on the scale of consciousness. He's going to be moving up, his frequency is going to be moving up to a higher number. And if you clean out basically all of the present gumballs in your body, you're going to move up a lot higher, and you're going to be attracting that higher frequency towards you, which is awesome. Also, with your attraction point, I found that emptying your gumballs out isn't quite enough. That will only get you so far. You have to also bring in to your system high frequencies. So high frequency music, high frequency beliefs, even more colors. Colors are pretty powerful. And love and gratitude, the way that you interact with people, the words that you use, serving other people, expressing love, things like that are very high frequency, but especially beliefs. You have to bring in positive beliefs. And as you do, then that will move you up higher as well. So the higher you move, life changes for you. You're not going to be attracting 150 frequencies towards yourself anymore. As you move up past into love, 500 and higher, you're going to be attracting a lot of things that actually resonate with your heart, the things your heart actually desires, abundance. So anyone below 200 is not going to be experiencing abundance or attracting it. They're going to attract a lot of the opposite. But the higher you move, you're going to attract more abundance and truth. Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah. So there you go. Enjoy that scale of consciousness. So in my sessions, I can test that for you to see what your sum total frequency is as of today. You can also test what was your sum total frequency for this past week or for yesterday. And because it's going to move around, a day that you spend a lot of time in love or gratitude or in nature or connecting with people from the heart you're going to be having a higher frequency experience. And if you have a day where you experience trauma or you go into resentment after someone treats you in an unloving way, you go into resentment for a couple hours and then, and then face it and process it out. The frequency that you're sitting at during those couple hours is going to be a little bit lower than your sum total. All right, so there you go. There's some more information about your attraction point, and the joy of the healing journey of taking responsibility for yourself and cleaning out low frequencies and adding in positive frequencies is it will really change your life. Everything about your life will shift and will get better.